sir, are a liar. Liar, liar, your pants are on fire!
Buenos dias, Gunnerz Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some snack habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get straight to this intro. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking, and I appreciate the support. I'm very humbled by it. So, wow, there was a lot of videos made about me this weekend, right? And you know what? Some of them are deserved, and a lot of them are not. You can't expose someone for lying if you're lying about exposing them for lying, right? It's crazy. For those of you that think I was hiding for the weekend because of these videos made exposing me and all that, I was actually on a fishing trip to which I told everyone I was going to go on, man. I took my family on a little bit of a fishing trip. We jumped on a boat. We went crabbing. We went greenling fishing, man. We caught some rockfish. We had a good time, right? While everybody was worried and concerned about what was going on with me and what I was going to say, I was having a grand old time. And that's because I'm a regular Joe Schmo, and I don't pay no attention really to what everybody's got to say, because at the end of the day, it doesn't float my boat, right? That water did. But I feel I owe some apologies, and I feel I need to put it all out there since everyone else has decided to expose me. Let me expose what has been exposed. Okay. Now, we all know I do my Super Norteño series, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, totally honest, right? I can't lie. No more. No more lies, no more deception, no more bullshit, right? So my Super Norteños video started out on a fluke. I told a story about my primo one day, man, and some incident that we got involved in at an Easter birthday party, and people loved it so much. I was like, wow, they like the entertaining part of these stories, right? Now, you got to understand, a lot of my stories, almost 99.9% of them, are based on actual real events that have happened in my life. I may switch up the names. I may even switch up the character, man, to protect the innocent, right? Protect the people that are not involved. I've had family members that have told me in the past, hey, primo, please don't put me in your stories because at the end of the day, I don't want to be involved in this YouTube bullshit. Way prior to me doing some of these videos that I've done, right? And then I've had primos that didn't care about it. Do your thing, man. They like it. It's entertaining. It's funny. I figure if it's funny to people and it entertains them and it gives them makes them smile and have a good day, so be it, right? Anybody who would think that every single video I made, I'm talking about Super Norteños and all that, are the actual exact comments that were made, come on now, man. You guys got to understand, I put a little tapatio and a little hot sauce on my stories, man, to make them more believable, more relatable, and to have fun with it. Did I grow up with the family that we had roaches? Absolutely. Did I grow with the family, man, that was a little bit out there? Absolutely. Did a lot of these incidences that I talk about take place? Absolutely. Were the exact characters involved that I mentioned? No, not absolutely. I wouldn't necessarily call them lies. I mean, you can call them what you want. But the fact is, man, I was really trying to protect people from not getting caught up. And in the end, what I did was I put people in danger, in harm's way, right? My own family. And for that, I couldn't even apologize. Apology is not accepted because apology is not what it, it takes much more than that. So let's get to my cousin Ricky and Kim, right? If everyone's watched my channel, you know that I have this Super Norteño series and I based it off my cousin loosely. Okay, now what I did was I made an honest mistake. I should have just came with a whole different name. I should have used the characters that I used, because I'm not going to sit here and apologize for the Super Norteños that I did. I did them. They're out there. We had a good time listening to them, and it is what it is. But I do got to apologize to my cousin Ricky and his wife, who the actual Sheila character is not even based on. It's actually based on her prima. See, at one point in time, my cousin was with her cousin, right? Ricky used to date her cousin Felicia, And that's who I remember. That's who my stories were based on, not her, right? So Kim was innocent in this. In fact, I didn't even know that my cousin was really with Kim, to be honest with you. This is something new to me. You know, I don't talk to my cousin very often. You know, when we do, it's like an important matter. Like if someone got hurt in the family, someone passed away in the family. But I know that's my cousin. I always have love for him. Now, is the Ricky character based off Ricky? It used his name, and it lightweight is. I took another primo of mine, another story, and kind of twisted and meshed these two individuals. And where I messed up was actually letting people kind of dictate my program. And I showed the picture of my cousin and his wife because I wanted to prove that there was a Ricky in existence, and I shouldn't have did that. Because what that did was that put my innocent cousin in harm's way. Okay. I didn't know my cousin lived in Winton, where all the Southsiders are, and he's very concerned. He was more concerned with having the red t-shirts on and all that because of where he lives, and he doesn't want no issues or no problems. And when he reached out to me, that's exactly what he said. Hey, primo, I'm not tripping on the stories. I don't care about none of that, man. I don't like it, but I'm not tripping. But that red t-shirt on me and my old lady, man, you know, that can get us caught up out here. And I said, man, I didn't even know you was staying in Winton, cousin. My bad, right? So the whole Ricky character is based off of someone else, but I used Ricky in the story. I did do that, right? Does Ricky exist? Yes, he exists. Yes, his wife exists, right? But those are not the actual people in the fucking shows. And that's just straight up. So I lied. I did lie, man. And I did that to protect my stories, but I also did that to protect my family. And in the end, by showing their pictures, the trolls and the haters utilize those pictures to put me on blast, right? Do I care? Not at all. Not in the least. If you know me, man, nothing's going to break me. I'm not going nowhere. My stories are not going to stop. I'm just going to tell you guys straight up, man, Ricky deserves more from me than that because he is my little primo, and I do got love for him. I love my cousin. You know, my cousin comes from hard times, man. You know, I'm going to tell you guys the real Ricky story. He comes from hard times. My cousin was born addicted. That's the truth. Way before his wife met him, way before any of that, you know, I know my cousin's story. He was born addicted, and, you know, he's always had a little bit of a different stilo than everybody else in the family, right? The stories I tell about locking him in the closet, we were little kids. We were playing jokes on each other, man. It wasn't like we were torturing him or trying to hurt my cousin, man. He used to bounce off walls with his ADHD, and me and my cousin as little kids used to say, oh, we're going to lock Ricky in the closet. True stories, right? But it wasn't done out of hatred. It wasn't done out of abuse. It was done out of love. Little kids playing. I was older than him, and that's just what it was, right? He knows and I know. Okay, a lot of my family members didn't care about Rick. Not at all. Some of his closest siblings, you know, even his mother to some degree, who has passed away, my tia, right? Who was no joke. You know, a lot of what he went through is unfortunate. A lot of what he continues to go through is unfortunate, where the family, there's a distance. You know, nobody wants to pay attention to him. It sucks. I could understand that. It sucks. I'm the same way, man. I don't deal with a lot of my family, very few, just because the type of family that I come from, you know, we're not very close. There wasn't too much love involved, right? So that is what it is. But I always have love for my cousin, and he knows, man, that if he ever needs anything, I got him. And that's just it. Do we interact consistently and constantly? No. I don't with a lot of my primos. I don't with a lot of my siblings. I don't with a lot of my family, because we're grown adults now. I'm almost, you know, I'm going to be 48 next month or in a couple months. We're just older. We're doing our own thing. We're raising our own children. We're living our own lives. You know, what we did in the past is the past. And I thought these stories would be funny based off of my family. And, you know, a lot of people had a good time with them. A lot of people thought they were funny. But I'm going to sit here and tell you guys the facts. A lot of what I said, man, was fabricated. A lot of this stuff, I figured I got ahead of myself in the stories, man. I'm just going to start making stories up. Actual events that happened, things that happened in my life, and I started meshing events together. Does Superwood exist? Yes, absolutely. He passed away, but he's real, right? Did he have interactions with Ricky like that? No. Okay, but he does exist. This Pepe character, I'm seeing videos made about Pepe. I think my cousin is confused. I think he has a friend named Pepe, and he thinks that I'm making my videos about him. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Pepe is on the other side of my family, on my mother's side, man. He has nothing to do with any of this, right? This Pepe, this toothless guy they're talking about, I don't even know who the fuck that is. It's just a coincidence that my cousin happens to have a homeboy named Pepe. That's the truth, right? I'm putting it all out there. You know, if you enjoy and you support my channel, enjoy and support it. If you don't, kick rocks. It's that fucking simple. Okay, if these guys think they're going to hurt me by, we're going to expose Gunner as a liar, man, everyone is told a lie. Everybody. In fact, they're lying about me as they're trying to expose me for a liar. There's videos saying that I created a GoFundMe for Ricky and I burnt him on the money. I ain't never created a GoFundMe in my fucking life. I wouldn't even know how to do it. I need ChatGPT to take me there, right? We know that's facts. We know that's truth, man. Those that are saying, oh, he created a GoFundMe. No, I never did that. Never. Never created no GoFundMe for my cousin. None of that, right? Look, I love my cousin. And I didn't want to put him in danger, but I did. And for that, that's on me. Okay, showing pictures of him. And, you know, and his old lady being very, vocal about it. Look, no disrespect towards this lady. I don't know her like that. I knew her prima that my cousin was with for a long time. I had a lot of interaction with her. All my stories were based off of her. Not her actually, but her. You feel me? This one, I don't know her. Not at all. No disrespect to her, though. Because as long as she's taking care of my cousin, I can't disrespect that, right? But I don't feel I owe her anything. I did use her picture, unfortunately, man, and I apologize for that. You know, is she a good woman? I don't know. You know, I'm not going to say she's bad or she's good, but if she's helping my cousin and he's happy, that's all that matters. You know, a lot of people take advantage of my primo. They have his whole life, taking his checks, taking his money, doing a lot of that to him, right? And I took advantage of his style. You know, I've always loved my cousin Ricky, and he's always been the odd character. Look, he's not crazy and stupid, none of that. My cousin is just different, and that's a fact, right? So I utilized his character to create a super norteño character, and I shouldn't have did that. It just is what it is, man. I lied. Call it what you want, right? Ducking, dodging, and hiding and being scared. No, that's what I've never been, right? Of course, as a regular person, a father, a single father, I'm not dropping my address. I'm not telling people where I'm at. I'm not doing all that. Is that hiding, ducking? Call it what the fuck you want, right? Anytime someone says, hey, pull up this, and that, they ain't doing all that. You know, this weekend, like I said, I was on a fishing trip, a planned fishing trip for a long time. Had a good time with my family, man. Caught a gang of fish and did my thing. That's it. But all these stories that are coming out in these interviews, you know, this guy Slugs, man, who I've never really talked about, who has decided that he just hates me so much. Man, you can keep on hating, bro. Keep on making donuts and keep on fucking hating. You know, I could be the asshole and dig into your past. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to put forth the effort. There's only one guy that has made a video that's a little alarming to me and I'm concerned with, and I'll be dropping a video later on about him. And we're going to expose his text messages and all his shit since he's so high-powered, right? But everybody else, make your videos, utilize my name to get money, man. Do whatever you got to do. It's not breaking me. Okay, because at the end of the day, I'm going to continue my super stories. My cousin Ricky and his wife are out of it. Okay? They are not going to be involved. I got a lot of super norteño stories that don't involve them. And I think if we be transparent and just do it that way, more people will appreciate it. It's not going to stop. Not going to stop, right? We're just not going to use my cousin Ricky and his old lady anymore because they've asked me not to. And I'm going to fucking respect that straight up. You know, I should have never did it in the first place, but it's like my cousin Ricky, he's such a cool motherfucker, right? That it was cool to do that, right? But I shouldn't have. That's the fact. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that decide they want to fucking go somewhere else. They don't want to watch the video. That's cool. That's fine. I'm only here to entertain. I'm an entertainer, man. You know, did Dubs know anything? Dubs is getting a lot of grief. You know, he called me over the weekend. He was getting a lot of people are questioning him. Don't question Dubs about me. He doesn't know everything about me, right? But did Dubs know anything? Did I lie to Dubs? No, I didn't lie to him. He never really tripped off of it. He doesn't even watch the videos. The little ones he did, he just like, cool, whatever, right? Stop fucking going at Dubs on some shit that I did, man. Then they go at me on shit that they believe Dubs did. Like, come on, bro. We're not married here, homie. We're not in a relationship. That's just my friend. Leave him out of my shit. If you got something to say it to me. And when I got the time to address it, I'm going to fucking address it. And that's what I'm doing right now. So am I a straight up lie? Everything that I do, my life, am I living a lie? No. I just put a lot of hot sauce and I utilize my cousin, man, to make the super Norteño videos. No, he's not a Norteño, my cousin Ricky. No, he's not, right? I got other cousins, other family members that I based his character off of, and not thinking that it'd get back to him. But where I messed up was showing him and his old lady's picture, because the haters and the trolls immediately, oh, we got to find out who this is. We got to expose Gunner. Expose me all you want. You could expose me over and over again. You know, in exposing me, all you do is expose yourself as a hater, and you also expose yourself as being real concerned with me. These motherfuckers are super concerned with me. If I'm a nobody, if I'm a piece of shit, if I'm a liar, if I'm nothing, then why are you making videos about me? Why do you care? Right? Why do you care? Because anytime you utilize my name or Dub's name or any name, you know, you're getting money. But do your own videos. Talk about your own shit. You don't get no views. 500 views in 3 days. Come on now, man. Stop it. Anyways, this is just a smear campaign on my name. But look, I'm going to be honest with you. Hey, you did your thing, Slugs. You Googled whatever you had to do. But also at the same time, there's also, my cousin also asked you not to post that interview that you posted with them. See, I know my primo. And he was all upset. And you utilize whatever you told him to get him upset. And then he fucking does this interview and he asks you not to post it. He's like, nah, man, I love my primo. It ain't that serious. Don't post it. And you still do it anyways. You're a man of good character. And that's right. It is what it is, man. The time for exposing, it's on and cracking now. It's on and cracking. Everyone shall be exposed once upon a time in their life. And it's just going to start happening. I guess more and more and more. I'm not going to be the one to do it. I got one, like I said, one guy who I'm going to turn into a victim, man, because he deserves it. Because he bullshits people and he lies. And then he goes behind the scenes texting people. You know, he's trying to play every side. And he's too old to do that. I don't get why he's doing that. You make a video about me, bro. I've always been friendly. I've always been helped. I've always done all that. I can no more. Now it's my turn. It's my time to shine, right? This is all mine, like the Goonies. It's all mine. I mean, I don't know what more there's to say. Did I lie? Yes. Straight up, man. I'm a man. I'll keep it real. Am I going to stop the stories? No. Am I going to stop the stories about Ricky and Sheila? Yes. But that ain't going to stop nothing. You guys will watch how I come. You know, for those that enjoy the supers, look, I'm not going to call anyone a fool, but there's people that are like, oh, they actually believed. I'm like, it would trip me out. I'd scratch my head like, man, you don't know that I'm putting hot sauce on these fucking stories. Like, can't you tell it became a sitcom is what it is, right? But I get it, man. Everybody wants to be so real, so real. Well, I wasn't. And it is what it is. You either like me or you hate me. You know, I'm not going to apologize to everybody, every single person individually. My apologies to those who actually believe this shit, and respect to those, man, that are still going to continue to watch it. And that's it. There's nothing more I could do, right? As far as this back and forth, and do I hate my cousin, and did I treat him bad? Did I steal money from him? No, none of that. Come on now, stop fucking the bullshit, right? You guys, I mean, look, enough is enough. You're not going to end me. I'm not going to quit doing YouTube. I'm not scared. You're not running me off lives. You're not running me away. Of course, it was convenient to do all this right when I went on vacation. I remember the last time I went on vacation, that's when that fucking the Lacra, he decided to do an exposed Gunner, and all he talked about crying is how he wanted to hug me. This is what they do when they know I got shit planned. You know, it's just like when me and Dubs are doing a live, right? And as soon as one of us steps away to grab a beer, one of us steps away to take a piss or whatever, then all of a sudden the haters want to throw comments out there on our page because they know no one could fucking block them, right? It's cowardice shit. Cowardice shit. And that dude talking with no fucking face, no voice, fucking talk like, bro, you won't even show your face. You're a fucking coward. I'm sitting here telling the people the truth. You won't even do that. You fucking soca, you're a coward. The other dude, Slugs, at least I respect the fact that he shows his face. I never disrespected that man a day in my life, but if he wants to play tit for tat, go ahead and play tit for tat with yourself, homie. Don't worry about me. Hey, the last thing I'm going to do is call you a paisa out there making fucking donuts, because then you're going to make a video, Gunner's racist against paisas. That's what you do. You guys always play the victim role, you fucking victims. I'm not. I'm saying it is what it is. I lied. Hey, I made up some stories. I fabricated some shit. I thought it would be funny. And obviously, man, it wasn't. I love my cousin, his wife, man, respects, and that's it. There you go, man. Gave it to you raw and direct. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. You can watch me or you can unsubscribe to me. That's your choice, man. But I guarantee I got a lot of good content coming up. And for those of you, everything he says, we can't believe him anymore. Believe what you want. Hey, you believe the tooth fairy's real too, huh? Bang, bang. The gun.